Welcome to another video, guys. Today we are starting a new series that is Premier League kits, and we are first of all going to review about the home kits, and then we are going to move forward in the next video on the away kits. So today we are going to discuss which has been the worst kit, reaction about it, and then slowly go to the best kit, best home kit in the 2020-2021 season. So we'll start from the bottom and we start from the 20th. Where is the kit, guys? I cannot find it. Is it here? Has it been released? There's just 7 days left of the season, and yet there's a fantastic team which still hasn't released their kit. So well done, Fulham. Like, I've never seen any team which has not released its kit with just 7 days left of the season. And Fulham lads, please, at least we can review your kit. At least we can see what you're trying to do. So please, lads, at least release a home kit, for God's sake. Please. So Fulham have to go to 20th because you haven't done even your work. If you can't do your work, how can anyone can rate you? So we move on to 19th, and 19th has to go to none other than West Brom. This is the first reaction. If some person is eating something and suddenly someone says, "Will you buy this?" That will be your first reaction. Like, who in his correct mind approved this kit? One of the worst kits I've seen, and especially home kits, because in Premier League over the years I've been a supporter of Premier League for the last 12 years and I've seen some horrific kits, but I've still seen better home kits. This is an horrible work by West Brom and their sponsors. Like, what were you thinking, guys? First of all, the sponsor Ideal Boilers and that red pointer 9, and then what are the stripes? Just an absolute disgrace. And the thing is, I remember I saw this somewhere that they are trying to follow some former West Brom kit, a former West Brom kit which is historic. But see, you can see many clubs try to follow the kits that they used to have 10 years back, 20 years back. But in modern remake, that doesn't work well. And same with this kit, but this just hasn't even been acceptable. This is an absolute disgrace. Then we move on to 18th, and I put a picture here, and that's the reaction to this kit. Like, again, another kit that's unexplainable. Like, I understand. See, people who have watched Southampton's last year kit will say, "Well done, thumbs up, finally you have made a decent kit." That's how bad Southampton kits were last season, that even West Brom kit might look better than them. That's how bad Southampton kit were last season. But this is no better. Now, I like the way they made this kit in terms of red color. It doesn't look bad. I really like the collar. I like that upon the arms there is a black and white stripe. But who really makes a sash on the home t-shirt? Now, everybody has different tastes and preferences. Some people might like this kit. But I remember 10 years ago in 2009-10 season, City used to have a third away kit, which used to have the sash in that. And I used to like that, but on away kits, it's acceptable. But on the home kits, like, this is a kit. Home kit is the one that describes you, your royalty, your identity. And this should be simple and understandable with the club. Sash, I don't know. For me, I really found it bad and that's why I put it in 18th. So now we move on to 17th, and 17th is Newcastle. Now, people will say, why are you putting Newcastle on 17th? It's not a bad kit. I agree, it's not a bad kit. But the problem with the Newcastle kit is, I think, the Fun 88 and whatever it is, the sponsor, first of all, I think you're going to see more and more kits now which are going to have horrific type problem by sponsor on the kit. Sponsors are not making the kit look good. But that's the way you have to take those things. But the thing is that their Fun 88 blue color just does not match with the Newcastle shirt. It just makes it looks even more bad. I think they've done better this year than last year because they put the Newcastle logo in between. But like, who is gonna buy that except if you're a die-hard Newcastle fan? That's just not a wearable shirt. It's not good. I'm really sorry. Then we move on to 16th, and it is Crystal Palace. And again, I've attached a picture. That was my reaction when I saw this on Twitter. And guys, this is just a trailer. If you see their away kit, anything in your mouth is gonna come out and you're gonna laugh the whole day. How, I just don't know how was it approved. How did they, in their correct mind, thought that this is going to be a good kit? Crystal Palace last year kit was also not good, because the thing with Crystal Palace is even their last year sponsor and this year sponsor, it just does not reflect the kit well. But here it's just not about the sponsor. Like, it's just not about W88, it's about what have they tried to do. Broad red till the middle and then left it, then colored it whole blue. Then in the middle, sometimes W is looking so bigger, and then like, what were they trying to match here? What combinations were they making? And what in their correct mind they thought that this combination will work is out of mind. So I think that's the best way to put it. And now a thumbs down. The 15th rank goes to Leeds United. Thumbs up for being promoted. Thumbs down for the kit you made. Last year kit for Leeds was fantastic. We thought they're going to go on upward trajectory, and coming back into the Premier League, they're going to bring a great kit. Now I'll again get abused for it, because for some, I've seen many people liking this kit, but for me it's horrific. It's a kit that you'll see a League One or Championship team wearing, not a Premier League team. First of all, the sponsor SBO top and the left side, the logo that they have, it just doesn't mesh with the kit. And then Adidas is having a horror this year with some of the kits, and blue color. Like, it could have been golden. It's excessively simple, with the sponsor destroying a bit of the kit, and then blue stripes and blue color. It just doesn't match with Leeds. If you go and check the last year kit, you will see why I'm so angry at Leeds releasing a kit like this. So that's 15th. Now we move on to 14th, and again I put a fantastic I put a picture here, so I think you can relate with it. Like, I've traveled I think a lot of times in train, and the seats really resemble Man City's kit. What are they trying to do with the white thing in the middle? With City, the good thing is their sponsor does not hamper the kit. Etihad Airways looks good on the kit. And whatever, but how can you make a simple kit? You are a team who is going to play in the Champions League, most likely going to lift the Premier League, and that's going to be your kit. Like, either you make a kit simple, or either if you want to overdo things, then do it in the right way. This is just making an absolute comedy show of what a big club is. This is a pathetic kit for Man City, a pathetic kit. And guys, just wait for the away kit to review. Their away kit is even more bad. I think it's gonna be a horror show of kits. Because I think I've been a Premier League fan, again I will say, for 12 years, and I've never seen a year where I've seen so many bad kits. In our time, 12 years back, the sponsors did not used to be so many sponsors, different type, but the way kits are being made, I think the teams are trying to be so overly ambitious that they destroy the formalness, the simplicity that the kits could bring. Now we move on to 13th, and then Tottenham. Now this is not a bad kit. This is not a bad kit. But I think if you see the Tottenham's last year kit, that's a very good kit. That's a kit that you should follow, you should see. Well done to Tottenham last year, and I remember I praised them a lot because the kit was fantastic. But this year kit is horrific in terms of its comparison. It's not an horrific kit overall, it's a good kit. But the thing is, first of all, AIA, which they have color red, it just doesn't mesh with the shirt. And then, like, the yellow thing that they've done on the shirt there was no need of that. Tottenham are a club who always makes simple kits of black and white with shirt fully white and some black stripes in there, and that looks good. This year they've tried to overdo things and they put the yellowish things upon that, and AIA looks red. This year they've just done things a bit more overly, and it's never worked. Now we move on to 12th, and that's Wolverhampton Wanderers. So Wolverhampton this year, I think the last year kit was also good, and this kit is not bad. Because this follows the ethos of the club, the logo, it looks good. Black and yellowish. I remember when I first time saw the kit, I really thought, what is this? But then I slowly looked upon it and I started to feel with the kit that it's not bad. The kit looks good. The mixtures are not that bad. But again, with every kit we are going to see this season, the sponsor a bit of hampers that. Overall, there's nothing special in the kit. But again, this must be a message for every club that if you can't do more things with the kit, try to make it a bit more over in terms of simplicity. So at least try to stay to your ethos and make a simple kit, and that's what Wolves are done. The yellowish color with the black stripes, it just meshes with the kit. But unfortunately, sponsor does not allow it to be in the top 10. Now we move on to 11th, and again, a thumbs up for the fantastic kit. But unfortunately, the sponsor again type of hampers it. But that cannot be improved. The club needs sponsorships, and that's the main part of the football, but it does not mesh with the shirt. Because the thing is, first of all, I'm also surprised that they put the logo in the middle and then they also put the logo on the arm side. There was no need of that. But that's their deals and they know better. But I think I really like this kit because again, it matches with the home shirt. They've not tried to change what their club means, what their club formally means, and what the club home shirt should look like. It really matches the logo. You see the stripes here, the blue color in between the arms, and then dark reddish shirt. It looks very good. The collar has a bit of turn of you can say bluish color, a simple kit, and then swans in between. They've not tried to overdo things, but they've not tried also to make it a very, very accessibly simple. It's a good kit with some good stripes in that, and for me, a fantastic kit. This kit would have been in the top 7 to top 8 for me if not for the sponsor. So now we come back to the top 10. The bottom half is done. Now let's come to the top 10. And with the top 10, the number 10 kit is Chelsea. Now Chelsea for me have made a very good kit this year. So people will say you are praising it. You are saying it's one of Chelsea's better kits in the last 3 years. But why have you put it 10th? The reason is the logo. Because Chelsea logo is not like the Burnley logo or the Wolves logo where it takes a lot of space. It's just a simple number 3. But it's so big. The 3 looks so big on the shirt. If it could have been a simple written in words 3, this would have been the best kit in the league. If it was Chelsea used to have Samsung as their sponsor, if you replace 3 with Samsung, it looks one of the best kit in the league. Or even if 3 is smaller, but 3 is so much bigger that it takes your focus away from the shirt. And that is why I think this shirt just has to be in 10th. But overall, the simplicity that kept in the kit with the black shades around that, it is a beautiful kit. Beautiful kit by Nike, because Nike have frustrated Chelsea fans a lot with their kits, but this is a fantastic kit. No, they've not done things overly, but they've also not just made a simple bluish kit. They've put some black stripes in that, tried to do some good things with it. So well done Nike, it's not your mistake, the sponsor has to be put there, so that's not Nike's mistake. Nike have done a good effort this year. Number 9, then another not a very good kit. Not a horror, not a good kit by Adidas. Because I think first of all, United have the luxury that the sponsor does not harm the shirt. Chevrolet looks very good on the United shirt. And the thing is that this kit is not bad. Again, this kit is not bad. It really matches what United are. They do not excessively overdo things, but the thing is, it's not even a simple kit. I really liked United shirt last year. Now, when I started supporting and watching football in Chelsea, United kit, even if you hate United and whatever, the kits used to be an absolute royal kit. It did not used to be doing overly with it. United shirts used to have sponsors like AIG, AON, the red color shirts with white shorts. This year, I think they've tried to do things that they used to do before, but I think this kit would have been a very good kit if they would not have tried to do this yellowish dots that were done. If it was a simple red color, this shirt would have been very, very good. Because the white stripe looked good, their sponsor on the arm also looked good, Chevrolet does not spoil it. It's a good kit, but these middle ones just does not for people it might be top 5, top 3 kits, it's your choice, but for me, when I first time saw this kit, these yellowish dots never made me like the kit and say, oh, it's a fantastic kit. That brings an end to number 9. Now we go to number 8, and that is Brighton. And thumbs up to Brighton for a fantastic kit. Brighton have done things in which they maintain, first of all, what they are, the blue color with the logo, the whitish stripes and that all. But also, they've gone over simplicity. The gold touches that they've done on the Nike logo, in between the collar, the white stripes in middle, and the luxury of having sponsors like American Express that does not harm the shirt. This is a beautiful kit. An example to the rest that you can do things over making a kit just simpler one, but you just do not overdo things. They kept it simple. They made some stripes upon it. They colored the night gold, and they mixed 3 colors into a fantastic kit. So very, very well done, Brighton. You're going on the right path as a club, and this kit is described that the club is only going to become better and better. Players like Adam Lallana, Lamptey, Maupay, a manager Graham Potter playing some beautiful football, Louis Dunk. That's a good squad, and this shirt deserves to play in the Premier League, and this shirt deserves to be in the top half. Now, unfortunately, we don't know will Brighton be in the top half next season or not. That will be up to the prediction preview that we'll do. So now let's go to number 7, and that's Everton. Now with Everton, again, first of all, thumbs up, because the kit last year was bad. The kit last year for me, it was not bad, but it just never felt, because even then the sponsor did not spoil the shirt. But for me, I just didn't like Everton shirt last year. But this shirt is very good. Again, first of all, people will say, mate, this kit is very simple. But again, I will say, the thing is that first of all, no sponsorship destroys the shirt. Kazu really makes it look good. And number 2, the thing that Everton have done is they kept it very simple. And it also looks very, very appealing when you watch it. Because when I'm reviewing this kit things, I'm being neutral. I am thinking, will I go to the shop and buy it? Now, Everton shirt is the one, if you see, it's a good appealing shirt that you will want to buy. And they've done a good job with it. So well done, Everton. And now we move on to Aston Villa, and another thumbs up to a fantastic kit by Aston Villa. Same like Everton, Aston Villa have also got Kazu as a sponsor. Now Aston Villa have done thing different in Burnley is that they put a bit of black stripes in middle. But I still think I'm not a fan of that. I think a simpler red could have looked better. But I still think that because of the sponsor, I'll put this over Burnley. I think you're going to see ahead that there's a third team which has similar kits to Burnley and Aston Villa, but I put them in the top 3 because of some things that they're not correct. Here everything is correct, but just that small lines that are coming in between does not make me want to keep this kit in the top 3. But this deserves to be named in one of the best kits this season. So well done, thumbs up to Aston Villa. Well done, guys, and the kit looks good. Let's see will it stay up or not. So now we go on to number 5, and Leicester were promoted in Premier League in 2014. They had a season under Nigel Pearson where they just survived, then they won the Premier League, and now they're a very good civil club. I can't remember one year where I said Leicester have made a horrific home kit. Their home kits have always been very, very good. Because first of all, the sponsor King Power really makes the kit look good. The gold touches that they've always done on the kit are good, and as I've criticized Adidas, thumbs up to Adidas for this beautiful kit. When I first saw this kit, I thought this bit of segregation they've done in Britain is not good. But then I closely look into it. The blue color, the darkish blue at the top, a bit more, just a little more lightish blue in the middle of the shirt, the crown, then on the arm, the gold and the white, the blue color being mixed together, the collar. If you're going on a shop and a neutral fan and you want to buy a shirt, you'll straight away pay to the shopkeeper and say, please give me this kit. This is a beautiful kit that should be worn by the top clubs, and Leicester have again outdid themselves. Fantastic, well done. Fantastically done, Leicester. Fantastically done, Adidas. Let's hope how you do in the Premier League. Will you again have a good season like last time? Or will you go down? We'll find out when the Premier League begins from next week. So now we go on to number 4th, and again, very, very well done. Again, I put a bit of certain photo here, and I think this is the best photo. And applause has to go. Applause has to go to the person who made it. Now, many people I've seen have liked this kit, but many people have said that this is not a good kit. But I remember when I first time watched this kit, when I was making this video, I thought this kit has to be my one of my favorite. Now, I have not put it number 1 because there are some kits which are better than this, but this is a beauty. And especially we should praise the effort here of Adidas. Because you have to see their sponsor, USG, Union Standard Group, with a flag. This is a very big sponsor that should be able to destroy a kit like we've seen with Wolves, we've seen with Burnley. But this sponsor is gelling so well with this kit. This sponsor is gelling so well with this kit. Because the coloring they've done on the kit in the middle, the white, the red, the white, the red, and then in the up they've left it and just kept it simple white with black collar. and the flag on the arm. This is a beautiful masterpiece. And a kit. Again, the new pros who will be watching it will 100% be buying this kit because this is that beautiful kit. This is a beautiful, beautiful kit. Sheffield have done fantastic work since they've come to the Premier League and they are following it everywhere. From the kits, from off the field, on the field, well done Sheffield. And I hope they stay in the Premier League next season. Now we move on to number 3, and number 3 is Liverpool. Now same like Leicester, Liverpool are known for putting good kits. Liverpool's third kits are always horrific, but their home kit are always good. Again, for them the sponsor doesn't harm it, but also Liverpool always keeps it simple. I have never seen Liverpool overdo things. It's always red with white stripes. Sometimes they leave it alone, sometimes they put a bit of touch or some other colors. This time they've done the same. At first when I saw this kit, I thought they overdid it. But then I properly looked at the whites. It's very simple kit like they always make. But the blue stripe, it does not harm it. And this is a good change. They have done a bit more different thing than last year, but also kept the beautiful thing of the kit still with it. That's the way it should be made, and thumbs up to Nike and the person who made this kit. Well done. Number 2 is West Ham. Now this was I was talking about. A kit which was resembling Burnley and Aston Villa. Now you will say, Guy, you put Aston Villa kit as the number 6th one, you put Burnley at 11th and you put West Ham at 2. What's the reason? See, Burnley are not in this category because of the sponsorship and the sponsor, how much it harms the shirt. Why Aston Villa not here is with Aston Villa, I did not like that black stripes they were trying to bring in the middle of the kit. It could have been a simple red and it could have looked so much better. With West Ham, it absolutely matched. Now last year West Ham had not a very good home kit. This time the arm side looks good with blue and red mixture. The collar look good. The Betway, it's just that W line is a bit strange, but it does not harm the kit. Betway looks good. The simpler red, there's no overdoing in this kit. It's simple, but it also is so appealing. This color is the one which is double over Chelsea and made me have horror dreams. Made me affect my sleep cycles. But when it comes to kit, well done West Ham. You've done a fantastic job. Now let's see how you play on the pitch. Now we go on then to the winner. And again, this photo is going to prove it. And big applause and thumbs up to another club that gave me a horror day when they beat us in the final. Arsenal FC. Arsenal FC, off the pitch, finishing 8th in the Premier League and whatnot. But off it, well done Arsenal. Your kits are always good. Even on the pitch right now with Arteta, everything is going good. And now off the pitch, last year your kits were the best in the Premier League. This year your kits are the best in the Premier League. Arsenal are a best example how to make kits. They did not just leave it simple. Arsenal could have easily made a white stripes, simpler red, and it could have looked a fantastic kit. But they tried to do a bit of change in the middle. Emirates Fly Better looked very very good as a logo as a sponsorship in middle. And the kit, it just gels with the kit, and the changes that they made in the kit, what they have done with the red in middle, the arrows, it just makes, and what they've done with the arm, the maroonish and the red stripes that are there, they have done so much ambitious changes, but it does not harm the kit. So very very well done Arsenal. Very very good kit, and I think that's what Arsenal do always. The kits are always good, but on the pitch they are funny, comical, but in the Arteta, let's see what they do. So that brings an end to this show, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you understand my takes, and please guys, give your views on which is the worst kit, best kit in the comment section. Let's interact, and please help this small person grow. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and please hit the bell notification button, and we'll shortly bring you the away kit review, where we'll be ranking the away kits. So thank you so much guys for bearing me